Hello YouTube, thanks for tuning in. Hope you're having a nice day and welcome to Stuart George's Home Movies. I got my top 10 80s horror movies. My favourite decade for horror, bar the 70s are fantastic, don't get me wrong, 60s and then 90s I think, but the 80s man, bar 90s, just bloody awesome, you know what I mean, for everything. I love the 80s anyway. And yeah, we've got 10 absolute bona fide classics from my liking anyway. I think they're absolutely the best of the 80s, they really are. And I got 6 or 7 honourable mentions, you know what I mean. I could probably do 30, 40 honourable mentions. It's that good. It's that strong. Strong of a decade for horror, it really is. And this one, this is just an absolute fun adventure, sci-fi horror classic, man. Life Force. Just love it. 1985, 1 hour 41 minutes. Directed by the great Tobe Hooper. It's my favourite Tobe Hooper movie over TCM and Poltergeist. Yes, sorry, but it is. I just love it, man. Stars Matilda May, Peter Firth, Frank Frinley, Steve Railsback. Music by Henry Mancini, Michael Kamen. It's just got everything. You know what I mean? It's got everything thrown at it. The practical effects are fantastic. You know what I mean? Oh, I just love it, really do. Favourite Tobe Hooper movie? It's Life Force from 1985. These are in no order, by the way. Only my number one. 1980, The Shining. Stanley Kubrick's masterpiece, if you ask me. Just beautiful. Filmmaking at its finest. It really is. Shelley Duvall, Danny Lloyd, Jack Nicholson, the three leads are just phenomenal. Shelley Duvall's so underrated in this, man. People going about her acting. I love her acting in this, man. It's so vulnerable. It shows a vulnerable side to her that, oh, just incredible. Love The Shining. Cast, Jack Nicholson, Shelley Duvall, Danny Lloyd. What can I say about The Shining that's not been said before, man? You know what I mean? A family heads to an isolated hotel for winter where a sinister presence influences the father into violence. His son, Danny, sees horrific forebodings from both the past and the future. I've put, yeah, just what can you say about it, man? It's an absolute masterpiece. The Shining. My favourite scene is the Grady in the bathroom with Jack Torrance. Is awesome. The red and white bathroom scene, man, is just bloody perfection, if you ask me. The Shining had to be in the top 10, man, from 1980. Just perfection, if you ask me. What a fun film this is. The soundtrack's phenomenal as well. Got a great soundtrack. I love the way it looks. It's tongue-in-cheek. It's comedy. It's horror. It's got everything, man. Return of the Living Dead. Oh, got the custom slip as well. Return of the Living Dead from 1985. 1 hour 31 minutes. Directed by Dan O'Bannon. Cast and crew is Glu Gallagher, James Karen, Don Calfa, Tom Matthews. Music is various like punk bands from like the Cramps to 45 Grave, is it? I'll put it here. Oh, it's just fantastic, man. Basic plot. When two bumbling employees at the medical supply warehouse accidentally release a deadly gas onto the air, the vapours cause the dead to rise again as zombies. Because there's a graveyard next to it. Oh, just fantastic, man. Can you beat Return of the Living Dead? No, it's one of my favourite horror films of all time. And yeah, it's so fun, man. It's just, but the soundtrack is bloody awesome. You ever listen to the soundtrack of this? It's absolutely fantastic. You know what I mean? Seeing Trash when I was younger always sticks in my head when she's dancing nude onto the tombstone. Oh, it don't get better. And Return of the Living Dead, man, it really doesn't. Another fantastic film here. Oh, my favourite David Cronenberg, The Fly from 1986, 1 hour 36 minutes. David Cronenberg, I just love it, man, you know what I mean. Stars Jeff Goldblum, Gina Davis, John Getz, music from Howard Shore. Got a great score as well from this, from Howard Shore, really has. Great effects, great practical effects as well, man, you know what I mean. Jeff Goldblum. A brilliant scientist begins to transform into a giant man-fly hybrid after one of his experiments goes horribly wrong. It sure does, and it's awesome. The original's fantastic. I prefer this, I really do, you know what I mean, I really do. This is bloody awesome. The original is bloody awesome, you know, the 50s version, fantastic as well, but this David Cronenberg version is from 1986, man, it's fantastic. What a film, man. Love this since I was probably 10, 11, it's just, it don't get better than Fright Night, man, it's just awesome. It's 1985, it's 1 hour 46 minutes, directed by Tom Holland, stars Chris Sarandon, William Ragsdale, Roddy McDowell. Music in here is various music tracks I've put. It's from 1985, 1 hour 46 minutes. Fright Night sees a teenager believing that his new neighbour is a vampire. So he turns to an actor in a horror television show hosted by Roddy McDowall, Peter Vincent, to help him with the undead. It's just so fun, man. You know what I mean? It's horrific in parts as well. Got a great practical effects. Fright Night. What a vampire film, man. It's probably my favourite vampire film. It probably is. It's bloody awesome, you know what I mean? And yeah, if you know Fright Night, his dinner's in the oven. What a line that is. I just love that. Oh, what a film this is, man. They've gone flying, by the way. Love this. It's one of my favourites. It really is. One of my earliest horror films I can ever watching on VHS, and it traumatised me. It really did. What was about 11, 10? You know what I mean? Evil Dead. Oof. From 1981. Oh my. 1 hour 25 minutes. 5 friends travel to a cabin in the woods where they unknowingly release flesh-possessed demons. Don't get better than Evil Dead, man. It's gory. It's gruesome. The noises in there are incredible. There's screaming, the noise of the dead. You know, the noises they make in the cellar. Oh, man, it traumatized me, this, the film. It's you know what I mean? It's borderline, frightening for me. Watching it now, though, it's different, obviously. But at the time, man, it was bloody horrific. And everyone wanted the VHS of this. The uncut version where he sticks the pencil in the leg of the woman. Oh, man, there's some gruesome parts in this. Really is. Cast, great Bruce Campbell. Ellen Sandwich, Betsy Baker, scores by Joseph LaDuca, directed by the great Sam Raimi, who went to do Spider-Man and all that, but to me, I just love The Evil Dead, man, the original from 1981. The remake, it's alright, you know what I mean? The Evil Dead Rise weren't too bad, but The Evil Dead, the original, man, this is where it's at. It really is. You don't get better than that, man. It's just bloody gruesome. Really is. Oh yeah, I love this one. This might shock you, actually, because a lot of people go for Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead. I go for Day of the Dead. I really do. It's got a great atmosphere. It looks great. The zombies are great. It's got great effects. Great story. It's from 1985. It's an 18. It's 1 hour 41 minutes. George A. Romero, the director. Laurie Chandil, Terry Alexander, Joseph Pilato. Music by John Harrison. Basic plot: as the world is overgrown by zombies, a group of scientists and military personnel sheltering in an underground bunker in Florida must decide how they should deal with the undead horde. It's just fantastic, man. Day of the Dead's my favourite. It really is over dawn and night. Easily. It really is. I love the soundtrack to it. The soundtrack, man, is just perfection. It really is. For a horror movie, man, it's one of the best. Underrated as well. Day of the Dead from 1985. Love that, man. A film that doesn't take itself so serious at all. You know what I mean? It's got humour, but it's got bits of gore in it. Don't get me wrong. It's a horror film, all right. Night of the Creeps. It's an 18 from 1986. It's 1 hour 30 minutes. Directed by Fred Decker. Cast: Jason Lively, the great Tom Atkins, man. Steve Marshall. Music score by Barry DeVorson. Basic plot: alien brain parasites entering humans through their mouth turn into hosts into killing zombies. Some teenagers start to fight against them. Basic plot, really. You know what I mean? It's nothing too highbrow. And yeah, it's great fun, man. It looks great. It's got great effects. Tom Atkins delivers one of the best lines you're going to hear in a horror film. The good news is your dates are here. The bad news is they're dead. They don't get better than that. Tom Atkins, legend. Really is. Night of the Creeps from 1986. A horror list can't be complete without this masterpiece. Is it upside down? Yes, it is. Doesn't matter. Nightmare on Elm Street, man. Oh, I remember this when we was 14. Obsessed with it. VHS. Oh. It's 1 hour 31 minutes. Directed by the great Wes Craven. Cast: Heather Langenkamp, Johnny Depp, Robert Englund. Music by great Charles Bernstein. Got a great score as well. Some of these films, man, have got great scores. Really have. And yeah, a teenager, Nancy Thompson, must uncover the dark truth concealed by her parents after she and her friends become targets of a serial killer with a bladed glove in their dreams, in which they die if it kills them in real life. It don't get better than Nightmare on Elm Street, man. It's bloody awesome, you know what I mean? First see Johnny Depp, first time I ever seen him, and great effects. It's just got everything, man. It's got one of the greatest villains you're ever going to see in horror. Freddy Krueger, man. It just went on to do some great films. I'm a big fan of 3 and then 2. The others, yeah, good. New Nightmare's good. Yeah, but the original, Nightmare on Elm Street from 1984. What a bloody classic that is. And it comes down to my favourite horror movie ever. My favourite 80s horror movie. easily is the masterpiece by John Carpenter, man. The Thing. It don't get better than this. This is how you do horror, paranoia, claustrophobic. It's just got everything, man. I just absolutely adore it. I really do. From 1982, 1 hour 49 minutes, directed by John Carpenter. His masterpiece, if you ask me. My favourite, Halloween, but The Thing's something else. It really is. Cast: Kurt Russell, Winfred Brimley, Keith David. Music by the maestro, Ennio Morricone. It's got everything. It's got everything. I don't need to explain to you, a horror fan, if you're watching this, how excellent this film is for practical effects, from acting, an all-male cast. Oh my God, it's just one of the greatest things you're ever going to see in your life. If you've not seen it, whoo, see The Thing, man, from 1982. It's a masterpiece. Kurt Russell, whoo, my God, I can't tell you how much I love that film. It's just unbelievable. A few honourable mentions, because I had to, because you'd say, where was this? But there's loads up here, man. I've done a top 30. If you want to check my top 30 80 movies out, I've done a video of that. Just go through my contents, top 30 80s horror movies. These will all be in, but to do a top 10 is bloody hard. Christine, John Carpenter, awesome. Friday the 13th, absolutely fantastic. The Lost Boys, fantastic. Aliens, how do I leave that out, man? American Werewolf in London. I mean, gee, you could go on and on, man, you know what I mean? But there's my top 10. There's my few honourable mentions. Cheers for watching. Like, comment and subscribe. Cheers for watching. And yeah, horror movies, man, they don't get better than this. Whew.